going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackowitz. This is the Kaged match, and this is my review for AEW Dynamite for 2/12/20. You start out, you've got the Dark Order, Evil Uno, they're cutting a promo. And this is kind of as Kenny Omega, Adam Page, and SCU are in the ring, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. And Christopher Daniels is at ringside. The Dark Order come on the Titantron, and then Christopher Daniels decides he's going to go back and check out the Dark Order. I don't know that he ever came back, and so that poses a lot of questions on if they're actually going to do something with Christopher Daniels and the Dark Order. But then you get the first match, which is, of course, Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus SCU, and I mean, it is what you would expect from these four guys by this point. They have not had a bad match yet. This is no exception. So after a very good match, you have Kenny Omega and Adam Page come up with a win. And that was kind of that. They just kind of leave it off. Then you get a real kind of clusterfuck after the match. The Dark Order comes out. You have Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, Alex Reynolds. Then Best Friends come out to even the odds. Then Butcher and Blade and the Hybrid 2 come out to kind of stack the odds again. And then you have the Young Bucks come out. And after kind of just a fiasco where all the tag teams are fighting each other, you're left with the Young Bucks standing tall at the end of the day. So after that, Jim Ross interviews Santana, and this was really cool. Santana, I've seen his in-ring work. I like it. I haven't really heard his promo work before, but I kind of really liked this promo. I like the way it was set up, and I like the way it was delivered from Santana. So he was talking about, his dad going blind and, this whole eye for an eye thing they've got going on with Jon Moxley and Santana right now. It was really cool, man. I really dug it. You get another Darby Allin package. This one, I don't know. It was there for me. It didn't take me out of it. It was kind of funny at the end, but it was just talking about Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin meeting up in a match, probably at Revolution, because of Darby Allin getting the skateboard smashed into his throat. Then you have Sammy Guevara with Jake Hager taking on Dustin Rhodes. And Dustin Rhodes, man, for his age, his body type, you just wouldn't think he'd be able to do some of the things he can do. And it never ceases to amaze me. And so I really liked the match. I thought it was very, very good all the way around. Of course, Jake Hager tries to get involved at some point. Doesn't really work, though. Dustin Rhodes does come out with the win. Very cool. Then you get a Rhodes-Hager promo where Dustin Rhodes calls out Jake Hager for, breaking Dustin's arm. And so he's like, are you ever actually going to get in the ring? And he wants a match with Hager at Revolution. So very cool. Then Tony Schiavone interviews Britt Baker. It's your standard heel shit again. It's decent. I wouldn't even say it's really good. I would say it's good, but it's not really good. And that's kind of where I'm at with Britt Baker and her promos. I mean, she does a good enough job being a heel. Then you get Nyla Rose versus Riho for the Women's Championship. And this was, the typical underdog story. Riho, even though she's a champion, going up against the much bigger Nyla Rose. And actually had a lot of really, really good offense to start and throughout the match. At the end of the day, though, they did actually have Nyla Rose come out with the quick win at the end, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this is the first women's title exchange that I think we've had so far. So very cool. Then you get Chris Jericho in the Inner Circle promo. Chris Jericho talking about Jon Moxley and their match at Revolution and how Moxley's not even going to make it there and so on and so forth. MJF with Warlow. Then takes on Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. And initially, MJF comes out with Wardlow. Wardlow goes to the back. And same thing with Jungle Boy, Marco Stunt, and Luchasaurus come out, but then they go to the back. Well, Wardlow winds up coming back out, interferes in the match. MJF gets the win. And then it was the beatdown with Wardlow and MJF on Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus comes out, Marco Stunt comes out. Big fight that ends up with Wardlow just kind of flinging Jungle Boy in this move that he has. So pretty cool. Your first kind of offense you see from Warlow. Then you get a Pac package. Pac, of course, talking about his Kenny Omega match, where they've been building this up for weeks now. And I expect this to be an amazing match between these two, but it was a good package too. Pac, he's got this demeanor about him now that he's got this really perfect heel stick. He really does. And so I really like it. Then you get Santana and Ortiz with the Inner Circle, watching from a VIP booth above, taking on Jon Moxley. Santana versus Moxley, everything you would expect it to be. Of course, they both went after each other's good eye during the match. At the end of the day, Moxley hits a paradigm shift, gets the win. Immediately, Ortiz comes in and attacks Moxley, along with the rest of Inner Circle. So they do the big beat down on Jon Moxley, and then they bring out Jeff Cobb, who earlier they said was going to have a match with Jon Moxley next week. I don't know anything about Jeff Cobb. I don't know if he's an MMA fighter, if he's a wrestler for other organizations. I just know he's a big fucking guy. And so he comes out, does kind of a variation of an F5, and there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was AEW Dynamite. And it was really good, of course. Kenny Omega, Adam Page versus SCU was really, really good. I like Sammy Guevara with Jake Hager and Dustin Rhodes. I like that whole setup there with Hager and Rhodes. Nyla Rose Riho was good. Pac package was good. The interview with Santana was surprisingly good to me. If there were any offbeats to me, it would in fact be Britt Baker's interview and maybe Darby Allin's package. I don't think it was really a bad one, but it was just there for me. So overall, it was a very, very good show. A lot of very good wrestling. This is the show you go to for great wrestling, very, non-stop action. And so with that, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Thought it was very well done. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation. Out.